all doing? I hope we're all doing really well. It's such a bright and positive morning today. It's really, really lovely, and surprisingly it's actually quite warm. Now the only reason I've got my hat on this morning is because when I go out onto the open field it's quite breezy on there. There's quite sort of a bit of an icy wind, so at times it sort of catches your ears a little bit. But that's why I tend to wear my hat. But today it is so warm, it's really, really lovely. It's like a perfect spring morning, and you can hear all the birds singing as well and chattering away. It's beautiful, it really is. But I thought I'd do another live this morning, or another video should I say. Mainly talking about weight gain, particularly in sort of menopause and things like that, because I know that's quite it's a topic which everybody sort of questions roughly around the age of 40. And for me, as I say, it started at 39. Slowly it's starting to progress a little bit, but I am noticing it a lot more. But sort of from the age of 15, roughly, I've always particularly had an overactive thyroid, so I've been size 8. I've been roughly around the 8 stone mark. Sometimes, particularly in pregnancy, I've gone up in weight gain, so probably to about 9 stone, no more than that, and then sort of lost a little bit again. But I've always roughly been 8 stone. Now, since turning 39, starting the perimenopause, this has been one of the things in particular which I've noticed my thyroid, unfortunately, is starting to slow down. And my friends always used to joke about this. They always used to say to me, it'll catch up to you eventually. And I'm like, no, it won't. Because I was one of these people, I could eat burgers, chips, crisps, sweets, chocolate, everything. And especially like coming into menopause as well, or perimenopause should I say, I've noticed it's heightened, so my need and want for sort of chocolates and sweet things, cravings, have been sort of gone through the roof a little bit. So like particularly when it comes to paydays, when it comes to go past the shop and things and you look at all the chocolates or something's on offer, it's like, yeah, let's get it, and then you sort of regret it afterwards. And I've noticed I'm finding it hard to shift the weight a little bit. Now, I'm not massive, don't get me wrong, but for my height and build I should be roughly 8 stone, and I've actually put on 2 stone since going through menopause or perimenopause. And so this is one of the reasons why it was sort of a healthy aspect for me, right? Get fitter, become more fitter again, try and get my metabolism even working better again. And I'm finding it more difficult this time, I really am. And especially, as I said, because those cravings for sweet things, for baking, I've had more time to do sort of baking things, so like baking cheesecakes and things, and they don't really last, so yeah, it's not great. But I'm just going to walk on a little bit, so if the sun gets in my eyes a little bit or gets in front of the camera, I apologise a little bit. But yeah, so I'm trying everything. I mean, sort of today, particularly on Saturdays, I always go swimming and do anything from say 60 to 100 lengths within an hour, which is still really good. It really is good. And then sort of, particularly last night, I did a bit of a workout at home. I don't go to any gyms or anything like that, because in one sort of way of looking at it, sorry, I can hear that, guys, that is so ace. Wow, the red robin was that. But yeah, in one way of looking at it, I don't bother going to the gym, because not that I don't agree with gyms, because gyms are fantastic, and obviously, yes, you can lose the weight, it gets you more motivated by going somewhere, but it's nothing that you can't do at home for me personally. So I've been doing a lot of that. I used to do self-taught sort of for years and years. I've always done what they call creative dancing. So I tend to do that as well, and I've started doing that again because in the past I've sort of had about 4 operations. So that sort of stopped me, I guess, from being able to dance a little bit. I had my last one, I think it was about 2 years ago now, which is why it was roughly at the time when the menopause or perimenopause was starting. So, which is why I happened to be craving things, be snacking and things. And so that helped me in a way to sort of put on a little bit of mum's tum, as we call it, when we get to 40. I am sort of struggling a little bit with it. I'm sort of fluctuating a little bit. I've lost roughly about £5 this week. But then I ended up putting it back on because I made a cheesecake. And yeah, that didn't last too long either. Chocolate cheesecake. Oh. But so yeah, I'm still going walking every day though, and hoping that I do get down to my target weight. I think usually in winter as well we tend to put a little bit more on as well, because usually in winter we tend to put a little bit more on as well, mainly because we can't get out as often. But sort of especially like when it starts coming up to days like this and it's beautiful and you know you've got all the wildlife around you and things and everything's starting to go green, so can't really see it at the moment. I know there's some at the end of the path, but all the spring bulbs are starting to come up, so all the bluebells are starting to come up now, all the shoots and things. We have wild garlic here in the woods as well. Oh, and actual fact, so there we go. So hopefully you can see all those. So everything is starting to come up. But yeah, so we have lots of wild garlic, lots of bluebells and things. And so it's more scenic to get out, particularly at this time. And especially today, as I said, because it is so warm today, it's surprising. Hi. Oh, it's so lovely just to listen to it. It's so peaceful. And it's one of the things that has really helped to calm my mind. So if you're ever, as I said, if you've got depression, anxiety, you've got some stress, just come and have a walk somewhere, particularly in the woods, because there's so many gorgeous sounds. Just sitting there and listen to it really calms your heart rate down, calms your breathing down, and it helps you to think. It really just helps you to think. It's brilliant, I love it. I could sit here all day and listen to this now. I really could. And this is one of the things when I was younger I never appreciated, which I do now. But yeah, so I thought I'd just come on, as I said this morning, and talk about that, because I'll probably talk to you in bits and bats about it, about the perimenopause and things that I'm going through, and see if anybody relates, see if it helps with anybody. But the thing is just to keep yourself fit, keep yourself motivated. Some days, there will be days when you just can't be bothered, you don't feel like getting out there, you don't feel like doing anything. But it's a case of forcing yourself, because once you are out that door, once you get somewhere like this, for example, within nature, you know, it is just beautiful, it really is. And it makes you want to do it more, so it's sort of encouragement in a way. But yeah, so I'm going to continue doing my exercises, I'm going to continue doing these walks, because I'm doing now roughly, I try and aim for about 4 miles a day, if I can, when I'm not working, that is. I went for about 3.5 miles yesterday, and it's not like 6 miles, I understand that, but every little helps. So, you know, regardless, even if you do a mile to the end of the street and then back, you've still done something. You know, it's like I said about not having to use gyms. If you've got stairs, walk up and down your stairs a few times. It still helps. You are still burning things off. And then it's self-restraint. So, as I said, even though you've got them sweet cravings, it's trying not to give in. It's a bit like any addiction. It's a bit like the smoking addiction, you know, which thankfully I'm still not smoking since the 1st of January. I've completely done it, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of myself. And so, yeah, so it's a little bit like that. It's trying to cut it down and then refrain from having it, because as we all know, once we do get older, it's not great for us. Yeah, it's great as a treat, but you know, it's not great overall for his body, especially the sugar and the amount of stuff that they put in the sweet foods and things that we've got now. That little bird is following me, I tell you. Sometimes they do. They're very, very timid, red robins. So it was roughly in December when I came out with my little boy, my son, and there was a red robin when we'd built this snowman, or snow dog as we'd made, and there was actually a red robin that actually followed us the whole way, because about 4 or 5 times it nearly landed on his hands when we were holding them out. And the only reason, somebody walked by and said the only reason that it didn't stop on your hands was because you didn't have any birdseed. If you would have had birdseed on your hand, it would have happily landed on them. So I'm going to have to get some and see if it works. But I'm going to love you and leave you guys, and hopefully I hope you all enjoy this beautiful Saturday. It really is beautiful. And yeah, as I said, just keep yourself motivated, keep going. You know, whether you have to force yourself for the first few times and then keep doing it, it's also that routine as well. So once you get in that routine of doing it, that also helps to encourage you as well. But I shall see you all later. Take care, and I will let you know how everything goes in terms of fitness as well. Hopefully I can shift off the £5 again. So take care, enjoy your weekend, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.